Hey guys, Bo Hutchison here, and in this tutorial video we're going to go ahead and go through the process of actually creating a report in Power BI. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to utilize sample data from the various reports and dashboards that Microsoft provides in their sample packs. So to begin, let's go ahead and go down to where it says Get Data on the lower left corner of your screen. And as you click here, you'll go under the box where it says My Organization and where it says Samples, and then you'll click here. So once you get here, then we're going to go ahead and go to the IT spend analysis sample, and when you click it, it'll ask you to confirm it by hitting connect. Now you go ahead and click connect, and what you will see is the data will be loading. I already have it set up on mine, so I'm going to go ahead and go back over to the current one that I have sitting here on my screen. And what we'll do is we're going to take this particular model tab of the report, the IT spend trend, and we are going to duplicate it ourselves. So let's go ahead and go back into my workspace and go to where it says data sets, and as you click on data sets, we're going to scroll down, and where we see the IT spend analysis sample with the star, this is to indicate that we have just downloaded it here. So we're going to go ahead and click on where it says create a report. Now these are the tables, which is the source of the data for the various tabs within the IT spend trend analysis report. So let's go ahead now and begin by going over to the fact table, and then we're going to go down and we're going to select the variable plan percentage field here, and as you see, this is how it shows up on the screen. Now the wonderful thing about the different components within the fields here in Power BI is that you can shape them up and size them up and move them anywhere, any part of the screen. And we're going to take this particular field here, and we're going to make the axis the sales region, which would be located here under the country and region. So we'll go here where it says sales region, and as we see here, we have Europe, USA, Australia, Latin America, and Canada. So let's take our table, slide it down some. Let's go ahead and get ready to go over here to our other table, and here we're going to pull this same field, the variable plan percentage. Now even though it's already selected, if you notice, I click away from the table and has its own way of resetting itself so that we can click on it and select it again, and as we see, another table for the field the variable plan percentage shows. And so now we'll move it up here over to the top. Now this time around we're going to add the variable plan, and within the variable plan we're going to, let's back up for a second. With the variable plan, we're going to take this table, since this was going off of the last table that we utilized for the first selection, and this time around we're going to change it from a clustered column chart to a scatter chart. So we select here, and we'll take the variable plan percentage and we'll put it on the y-axis, and then we'll take the variable plan and we'll put it on the x-axis. And for the legend, we are going to take the business area and we can drag that here, And then we'll take the chart, stretch it out some, and now we'll go ahead and we'll test to make certain that they're not overlapping. Okay, and then so now as you're able to see though, what I wanted to try to touch on is, like as I said, just because you use one field to create a table, it allows you to utilize a particular field as many times as you need to based off of the visualization measurement or metric that you're using, whether it's a pie chart, a column chart, a scatter chart, it doesn't matter. The wonderful thing about Power BI is that it allows you to expand the current tab or the page that you see on the screen here as wide as you would like for it to be and as long as you like for it to be. And that is where we would go here, where it has page size. Just to give you an idea, it's currently at the 16:9 ratio, which is typical for most TV screens. But then you can go to custom, and right here where it shows 1280 by 720, and some of you may be familiar with the term 720 HP, 1080 HP. It's talking of in regards of the pixel size within that screen. So just to give you a small example, let's go ahead and just crank this from 1280 to 280, and as you see, our screen has just drastically narrowed. So now we go back, and then now we'll, instead of putting the 1 back there, we'll add 2, and now you see how wide it's become. So you can make your report to run as long as you would like for it to be. You're not just limited to just the given space that you are starting with when you begin to create a report at the default measurement. You can customize your report tab for as large and as wide and as long as you'd like for it to be. So let's go back, put it back to 1280, and just so you can see how it looks when you go even further in the height, we'll add the 17, and as you see, it still maintains the horizontal length of it, but now the vertical has been increased. And so we'll take the 1 back out, and now we're back to where we originally started, the default of 1280 by 720. So now back to our report, and all right, we have the variable plan percentage by sales region, and we have the variable plan percentage and variable plan by business area. And so we will now, on the size here, we'll put actual. And as I say, you can always click and drag it so that it will be exactly where you would like for it to be. Now here, if you notice the paint roller here, this will allow us to make various changes or modifications within the chart or table that is set up. It depends on which is selected. The characteristics will be different on each one, of course. So here, this is just so you can get a good idea for the legend, which is what we have for the business area, and then for the x-axis, which contains the variable plan, and the y-axis, which has the variable plan percentage. So now we'll go back out. The 3 dots here also allows us to see a few other options that are available to us. One is export data, which will allow us to export the data out to an Excel spreadsheet. Another is show data, and this allows us to go in even further, and this is something we touched on in the overview video. So this will allow us to be able to see in a more detailed, specific, narrow view or microscopic view of the data that is being represented within this particular chart. So now, as we are ready to go back to the report, now we'll go ahead and click on back to report, and we see we're right back where we started. All right, and so now we'll go ahead now and put our third table in, which will be the variable plan percentage, and this will be by date. Now this table, chart, however you want to call it, we're going to utilize the line chart. So as we clicked it, as you see, it notices that the other tables, charts that we have here, so it goes here on the bottom. And so now we'll go over here to the variable percentage plan, and we'll drag it into the chart. And for our axis, since this is a variable plan percentage by date, we'll go over here to date, and right here we'll take the date field, and we will put this here at our axis. And so now we have the line chart. It goes from January, April, July, and October. So now we'll line up our chart, and we will now go ahead and we'll add the final chart for the IT spend trend tab of this report, and we will now create the variable plan by IT area. So now we'll go ahead and utilize the area chart. So we'll click on the area chart, and as I stated earlier, as I showed, the report already has the 3 tables and fields showing here. So with this empty space here, by clicking on it, it now resides here for us. And we will now add the variable plan percentage field to our values, and for the axis we go to IT area. Okay, so now that we have the variable plan percentage by IT area here on the screen, we're able to see the more detailed data information that is provided within the chart based off of the particular areas: business unit support, enablement, functional, governance, infrastructure. And as we go and actually enter the chart here, we see specifically it is minus 3.7% for the governance. Infrastructure is 48.2. And so this feature is available for regardless of the chart or table that you place. And so as you can see, this allows for anyone, any user, to utilize this to be able to get a more specific, detailed view of the data represented within each chart or table. So now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to include a text box. So what we'll do now is we will go to the text box here at the top, and even though it's showing just above our original chart, we can resize it. And as we resize it, we see that it's already set up ready for us. And I'm going to move it over from the left column to the center. And let's go ahead and increase the size of this. And so we've just created our year-to-date IT spend trend analysis report tab. Now we also can go here and we can rename the tab, and we'll call it also the same thing, IT spend trend. And since we already have this particular report under the IT spend analysis sample data, we're going to do a save as, and we're going to call this the IT spend analysis sample tutorial. Hit save, and we see the report is now saved. We go ahead and go to reading view, and as we see now, all our tables that we had showing here to the side that was in the edit portion of this report are now gone, but we're able to see the filters of the fields that we utilized and selected for each of the tables. And we can now go and compare our IT spend analysis sample tutorial report and compare it to the test sample report that Microsoft provided. And as we see, we have a match. And we go back over here to the reports, and this is the one that we just created. And we go back and we're able to see that we were able to match the report almost perfectly. So now we've gone ahead and created the report. We're going to now go ahead and move over to the next video, which is creating a dashboard. So I'll see you guys again in the next video.